So we're back with another HSR tier list. This time we're going to be ranking the best characters in HSR. But we're specifically going to be focusing on how good they are in bed. Now, I was originally going to say, oh my god, like as an example, Hook would give you like the best head, and maybe QQ would give you a good thigh job. But I feel like that is going to devolve into a very long-winded discussion. So I'm going to save that for a rant later on. This is just going to be about the overall potential of characters in bed. Now, I am biased, as you all know, but Lynx is just really warm. Like, she has extremely thick thighs. I don't think any of you are going to deny that. Like, have you seen her attack animation in game? Just run around with her, attack anything, great view, wonderful. Thick thighs, nice ass. She doesn't have like, much chest, but like she's beating out Hook in that department. But Hook is, okay, if we're comparing Hook to her competition, like if we're comparing Hook to Tribbie, I know we have another one, Bailu. Okay, if we're comparing these three characters, I really feel like it's important to mention that you have to consider the environment you find them in and how if you're looking for experience, then yes, they can be pushed up with here. But if looking for an individual or one of these characters to not have had like any sexual interactions before, that's obviously going to change their ranking, because I'm pretty sure most of us could agree here, Hook is pretty well used. That's just it. Here's a bigger question. Okay, if Tribbie, if Trinon, and Tribbie all share feelings, then my question is, if you screw around with one of them and they have an orgasm, does it apply to the others, or is it just individual based as long as it's not an extremely powerful feeling? Like, okay, what is the limitations? All that is to say is that Tribbie is S tier because there's just so many options, and Bailu has horns. So like you get a handlebar in the front, a handlebar in the back, that's pretty good. They're all portable. And although they don't necessarily have the utility of Lynx, it's just within general purposes, and they clearly don't have the boob development of Lynx, hey, they're all great options. I can understand you picking any one of them. I personally would rank them in the order of Tribbie being after Lynx. Lynx is just too hot. Quantum roster is just really good. With that being said, Claraara. Now look, Claraara, this is going to be a different rant in a secondary video, but really cute. I feel like I have to rank her above characters like Yunli, not because she's objectively better, because Claraara has seniority here. I feel like Claraara is a lot more freaky than Yunli, and as such, I'm putting Yunli in A tier. I like the bunny underwear design on Claraara, but if I'm comparing the outfits, Yunli shows tummy, Yunli shows thighs, got the feet out. There's a lot to view. Claraara, I know, I've checked, and you can check in the light cone too. Claraara got the thigh strap. She got the bunny underwear, and that is it. There's nothing under that coat. Okay, that is just, this girl's an exhibitionist, okay? And I feel like Belobog as a whole has really high ranking characters as a result of the freakiness of that area. I'm not complaining though, everyone's hot. Hella's a size queen. Now, she's not matching up to Lynx. She's cute. She has nice tights. The glasses are very cute, but she ain't as freaky as everybody else. Like, Belobog got it going on. So here's a question for all of you. Do you prefer small Herta or the Herta? Me personally, the Herta is going into B tier. Small Herta has so many. Small Herta is like Tribbie. Okay, there's options, and I think the difference here is that small Herta reminds me a lot of Chingy if you play, and there's a lot of potential with those with DOS with mechanisms, and so I just feel like there's first off some really good fan fictions out there, but secondarily I just feel like it's very important to mention the dolls give you a lot of flexibility depending on the values, and as a result of this, if you're into Futa, the dolls have that too. So realistically, I could see Herta, small Herta at least, being above Lynx. I'm putting Lynx above that just off the design we have in game to run around with. But if we're comparing all that, then I'd probably put Claraara above Hook. I'm putting Claraara above Hook, actually. Now, my thoughts are a little bit unhinged. It is like 3 a.m. and I did just finish an exam. With that being said, Hyacinth. Okay, I didn't expect to like any design in Amphorius. Everyone is really cute. With that being said, Hyacinth's adorable. I like you get the tights. The tights are on par with Lynx. Like, I'm just comparing the ass. Lynx and Hyacinth, S tier, amazing. But I gotta know, is she getting freaky with Little Ika? Like, is Little Ika like a mini horse? If that's the case, then okay. A little bit of freakiness going on there. She may be giving Claraara some competition here. But I think Lynx has a little bit of an edge. Lynx is a little hotter. The pink hair is doing something to me though. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of pink hair, March, honestly, really cute girl from material, really cute wife material, But freakiness, I'm gonna go for B. Yanqing, close. It looks female enough. We're going with A. Actually, you know what? Putting him right next to Yunli. I feel like it's poetic. Actually, putting him above Yunli because I feel like the hair kind of goes, it meshes well together, their profiles. That's the way we're going with. That's the only justification. Arlen and Asta, you gotta rank them together. I feel like Asta is freaky. Asta has the money to be freaky. Asta is an A tier character. Arlen is a B tier character. B for bottom. This man is a bottom or he's a service top. We will be continuing this ranking in Genshin, but look, I gotta prepare myself mentally for that one, guys. The ages are just a little bit easier to work with. Now, I don't know fuck and all about these two characters. However, I will say this bitch is hot. I'm putting her in A tier. This bitch has like that weird water, like see-through tummy, and it's kind of cool, but like she just gives off like, okay, she just gives off appearance. And honestly, Lingsha's hotter. And I don't like her design overall. I don't like either of them. The C tier characters to me. But Lingsha might have a Senna kink. Actually, you know what? I'm putting Lingsha above. Lingsha is hot. Fuck Robin. This is not going in a way I thought it was. Hey, QQ. Not Shinji. QQ. Y'all think she gives it up? No, it's not even a think. She gives it up during it. She gambles that. She gambles that away. Like, that is a hole that has been well tested and documented. With that being said, S tier. Now, she's not S tier because she has the potential and the experience, and like she's giving you the same experience as everybody else. She has S tier. She's S tier in this position because of the casualness. She is ready. She is willing. And if you are in a environment under which you are working together and she's your coworker, hey, that's easy access right there. She's down to go with it as long as it lets her slack off. And as long as you are taking on her paperwork, she down. She good. So I feel like QQ has higher ranking just for the accessibility of her and the overall likelihood that you're going to get it. There's less effort to be put in here. I got questions about HoYoverse and Mr. Tail, but I've already ranted on that. You know what? You're getting individual rants with certain characters later on, so subscribe for that if you're interested. HuoHuo, really cute. I feel like the issue is she doesn't necessarily have the design that Lynx and everybody else does, because those shorts aren't necessarily a skirt and they're also not short enough to allow me to see anything beneath it. So with that being said, HuoHuo, shy, not as freaky as anybody up here, not as accessible as anybody up here. I'm putting her down. I will put, okay, look, she's cute. Just off design, I would put her in S tier. But if I'm talking about how good the sex is, B. Between Herta and March. With that being said, Bailu, I think is gonna go down to A, maybe above, actually below Asta. I don't know anything about her. She's just, here off design's sake. But Bailu's really cute, but I don't think as freaky as the S tier categories. Fei Zhao gives me the vibes of someone who would probably get freaky with a Haley Trail and Genshin Impact. And so she is going to be higher ranked, but I feel like the S tier got a lot of tough competition going on here. She is a Fox, which is surprising me now because my Fox characters are not in S tier, but Silverwolf is freaky. Actually, Silverwolf moves up right next to Lynx. Silverwolf is above Lynx just because the outfit is hot, the ass is nice, the chest is flat, and she has potential with Aether editing. Like, okay, she is willing to ride you, watch your games. As long as you don't interrupt her gaming session, and as long as you go bring to game with her, that's accessibility. That is pushing her above QQ. On that same vein, hot as fuck. And meta, now, at least. At the time you're watching this, she may not be good. But, she was once upon a time and then was also meta again. With that being said, Misha looks female enough. Look, Misha and Arlen are the same person. Enough said. Where's Sparkle? Sparkle is, with the rest of the Quantum roster, real freaky. Very much inclined to be involved in NTR. Very much inclined to be in open relationships, whether you want to or not. Very much inclined to... basically, she's gonna try everything, whether you want to or not, and whether you intended to or not. Very open, very kinky, probably great sex though. Yeah, as a partner, you dealing with some issues. Actually, I'll put her above Silverwolf on the sole basis that Sparkle can be anyone. Will she be anyone for you? That depends. But she can. So there is potential. We're evaluating potential here. Bronya goes up to Pella tier. Bronya goes up, above Pella tier, slightly above that. She got the money. She's very elegant. She's very well sheltered, and as a result, she's freaky. She's like the like happy-go-lucky, really devout Christian girls in school. Very freaky. With that being said, Zhuyi doesn't have the additional bodies of Herta. and she's not as hot as Chinny. So she's being pushed down to below Asta. Cypher, okay, look, young Cypher was hotter. I don't know how many times I have to say this. She was better when she was younger, when she was flatter. However, she freaky. However, you know she got experience. However, I'll put her in A, but as a result of this, I will move this bitch down to C because I don't know anything about her. Bailu, I'll move Bailu at the upper section of B. Sealy doesn't know how to read. Well, she's not as freaky as Bronya, but she is more experienced than Bronya. B for Bellabog. Firefly. Firefly is good girlfriend vibes. C, Vanilla. I'll put March down there as well, actually, in this instance. Rappa might be a little freaky with it. I'll put her in B, honestly. I could see it. Jing Liu, C. It depends also on the state Liu is in currently. How Mara-struck is she? How crazy is she? Now, if we're going to maximum craze potential, then yeah, I could see her being a little bit freaky. But I mean, are you going to survive? That's a different question. I'll put her in C though. Kafka, probably good sex. Freaky, crazy sex though. She's too calm. I can't gauge that. And she doesn't give me sparkle vibes. I'm going to put her in C. She also has big boobs, so I don't like it. Acheron, C as well. Cass, if we're assuming you can touch her, C. Actually, B. Good sex, nothing special. Girlfriend material, very Firefly. Rame, I'm putting Rame in D. Black Swan, I'm putting her in C with the rest of that seemingly peanut honey based roster. Fu Xuan, okay, Fu Xuan is not QQ, but she needs dick. So I have to put her in S because she's not as freaky, but she is in dire need of it. I won't be ranking the collab characters for obvious reasons. Serval, I'll put her in B. Stell, I'm putting her in S. Enough said, it's Stell. Like, what do you expect me to do? Yukong, I will put Yukong in. Yukong actually has a kid, I think. I'll put her in C. One kid. You could do more. Topaz, negotiations. Topaz would be good at giving. It would be good sex-wise. Gwenifin, Sword Swallower. That's the first thing she mentioned. She is the thorn within their relationship. That's what I'm putting her as. Jade, look, the tits are too big. Like, okay, look, calm down, lady. Hanya, same deal for me. Himiko, you've ruined every 50-50. Natasha be fucking them kids. Natasha is a Shotokan. Okay, if we're willing to believe that Jing Liu wants Yanqing, then I'm also willing to stake the claim that Natasha runs that orphanage for a reason. Okay, with that being said, Tingyun, C. Both variations of Tingyun, by the way. There's not much has changed within that time span, but I'm still expecting C. Aglaya? I'll put Aglaya in B. Yeah, Aglaya in B makes sense to me. The boys, do any of them stand out to me? Not really. Su Shang, I'll put next to her. Nothing special, very cute, very nice, but nothing amazing. Why are they above the C tier characters? I don't expect much freakiness from the C tier characters. I can expect a little bit of experimentation from the B tier characters, just not like, oh my god, wow, or life changing like S tier. That's it. That's my 3 AM ranking. This is a 20-minute recording. I'll see you next time.